Great. Now, this is the second lecture for Python tutorials. Now, to know that how do we work in a spider. In the first tutorial, we have already seen that how do we install Anaconda and how do we install a spider. Now, telling certain points about Python, we all know that Python is an object-oriented language. There are different versions of Python. One is Python 2 and which came in 2008, and other is Python 3. In Python 3 then there are different versions. The recent version which is going on is Python 3.8. Very soon in October, it is believed in by October 2020 we will be having Python 4.0 also. So there is always a query that whether we have to use Python 2 or Python 3. So friends, it is said that Python 2.0 was used before, but certain added features with more packages were added into Python 3.0, and now there is no support for Python 2.0, so you have to use only Python 3.0. There is no question of using Python 2.0. Another thing is that the program which you are writing for Python 3.0 is not downgradable. You cannot execute in Python 3.0. So you have to choose Python 3.0 or upper version like 3.8.8, 3.7.3, like I am using a Python version of 3.7.3 as you can see on my screen. Another thing is that Python has got two modes. The mode which is there on the right hand side where the cursor is there, it is called an interactive mode. This mode is the shell mode where we write down the command and it is directly interpreted by the shell and it gives the output. On the left hand side now where you can see the cursor, this is called the standard mode of Python. The query is there that whether we have to use a standard mode of Python or whether we have to use the interactive mode of Python. So the answer for this is we use interactive mode for Python when we are the beginners, when we have to test the code, when we have to learn programming. On the other hand side, interactive mode is also used when we have to write a complex program so that I can check my statements there and then. And when I have to write a very simple program, I use the standard mode. But finally, when I have to make a software, when I have to save the file, I will use the standard mode and I will save the file in the standard mode, because in the standard mode you are writing as if you are writing in a notepad. It is basically the editor also of Python in the standard mode. When you run the program which you have written in the standard mode, the program comes to the IDE, it comes to the interactive mode and the output is given in the console of the interactive mode. So this is how the screen of a spider looks. The right hand side is the interactive mode and the left hand side is the standard mode. Now to give a brief overview of the power of Python language, we believe that you have already studied a language C, C++ and all. So you all are aware about data types. In Python, whenever we declare a variable, there is no need to tell the data type of the variable. The variable is created just by using an assignment operator. Remember, the variable is created just by using an assignment operator. You need not tell that this is the data type of the variable. You need not write the statement int a as we used to write in C or C++. For example, if on my screen I write a is equals to 2, so this value a is equals to 2 creates a variable a which is of type integer by default, because I am giving an integer value. I need to write int a. A becomes a variable which is of type 2. Now to justify, to check that whether this is of type integer or not, Python uses a function which is called type. If I will put type of a, it will give the type int. It will give the type int. In Python 3.0, there is no limit of size of the number which an integer can store. So there is no long int, there is no short int. There is only one int, which is int, which is there to store all the integer numbers without any restriction for the size. Similarly, for naming the variables, there is no restriction for the length, that for how much length the variable can be. Yes, it should begin by an alphabet. It can begin with a underscore. It cannot begin with a number, but a number can be used in the name of the variable. There are certain data types which are supported by Python, but we do not need to tell those data type explicitly to the compiler, or Python is an interpreted language, basically to the interpreter. It takes itself when we give the value to the variable. The data types which are supported by Python, to name them, they are numeric data type. In numeric data type, they are divided into int, float. For example, if I say b is equals to 5.2, if I see the type of b, it will be float. And the third is complex. Complex is a plus ij, 2 plus i3. This is a complex data type. So Python supports a numeric data type which is divided into three types: int, float and complex. We'll be talking about other data types in further lectures. For the time being, we'll be focusing only on two data types, that is int and float. Now you see, a is integer. We have given an integer value. If I give a floating value to this a, what will happen? Will it give an error because a was declared an integer? No. In Python, when I assign an floating value to the same variable which was having an integer variable, the type of the variable itself changes to float now. If I will see the type of a now, you can see that it becomes float. So this is the beauty of Python, that we do not declare a variable. The variable is declared and created with the assignment statement. So this is how the variables are declared in Python. So that's all for today. In the next lecture, we will see more about assignment statements and more about the variables of Python.